What's good, you beeps? It's your girl IfeWinz. Welcome back to Let's Be Honest here at the WINZ TV. Say what's up, Modupe.
Hey everyone, how you doing?
And say what's up, Funmi.
What's going on, y'all? Big Booms in the building. Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Wow, big booms. Okay. Alright, y'all. So here at the WINZ TV, we don't know the topic of discussion. So we have the box of topics. Unfortunately, the hat was left at home. So we have the topic for today. Let's check it out. Alright, Funmi. Let's see what we got. Alright, unblind those bandanas.
Comparison.
Whoa. Comparison. Alright, y'all. Let's go. Alright, so comparison, guys. What are y'all's experience with that? Because this is this topic can go left and right.
You know, most people think like as adults, like comparison starts from us being adults and all of that.
Yeah.
But whether we like to admit it or not, we can trace it back to growing up.
Yeah, yeah.
So, again, it's not new to you guys that
Yeah.
I grew up in Nigeria and all of that. And we had a thing where, like most people, if you are not all that smart in school, you get compared to the smart kid. And while you're being compared to the smart kid, it's like, does the smart kid have two heads? And why are you doing this? And honestly, it does not necessarily mean that you're doing something bad. It's just...
Yeah.
You're just not, maybe that's just not your subject of interest. Like, you probably just don't like maths. You probably just don't like sciences.
Yeah.
You probably just don't like arts.
Yeah.
Like, I can't draw to save my life, but so you probably just don't like those subjects, and you're trying your best to pass them, but people are not, your parents or your family are not seeing that process.
Right.
And instead of them to help you, like, roll through it, they're out there comparing, like, this kid that is doing all of that, is that, and you could be that kind of kid that even with everything you're still like, well, I'm trying my best, so I'm just going to keep trying, I'm not going to take this to heart and all of that. But once you get to the teenage years, that's when we start to have the identity crisis. We don't know who we are anymore.
That's true.
The hormones kick up. You don't know what's going on. You're just like, okay, is this me? Then we start having mood swings. And when you start having mood swings, you're like, well, maybe I'm actually not good at this. And honestly, you are doing great at it, but you can't see it because you're comparing yourself with someone else. Wow. And so that just grows up to like when we become adults, and then we're now like, well, I'm doing something. Someone is my age mate. Yeah. This person is doing certain things. Yeah. And we're like, okay, because this person is doing really great. I have to keep doing like this person. Like, then you start copying the person instead of trying to like just talk to this person. Ask for inspo from God. Yeah. But you're still like trying to, then you start to abhor hatred. Yeah. You start to feel like the person is doing something behind the scenes to make it look. And honestly, there are people that the fact that you are struggling through something does not mean that everyone must struggle the same way you struggle through that process. There are people that once they start, they keep going. Come on. Some people do some, but some people, but some people are just favored. Yeah, they just have that favor from God. Yeah. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. The only thing you can do is to ask God to, and the only way you can ask God to help you is when your heart is clean. Because the moment you start comparing yourself, you start to dislike the other person. You start to abhor hatred, and you're like, well, the person is doing their own thing. Well, I can do mine too. You are unable to see how great you are because life is not balanced. People are greater than you. It's going to be like that every time. You also be greater than somebody. There is definitely going to be someone beneath you. It's not you being a bad person. It's just how life is.
Sorry. That's just the truth. And I know for me, like, my experience with comparison, I mean, all my life, I had to experience it. But one thing that comes to mind is when it was in 2020, I was taking my content creating more seriously. And I remember there was this one girl I followed that only posts, like, those cute tweets. Like, it looked like the cute tweets, but, like, the words on her posts were, like, truth of the word of God. And I started to compare myself with her because I was like, am I preaching the gospel the right way? Because it didn't look like hers. I'm black, I'm proud as a woman, I'm loud, I have locks.
Let them know.
You feel me? I'm an extrovert.
IfeWinz spitting.
You feel me? And I learned from a friend that what's inside of me, like, even my style, the way I talk, the way I act, like, there's some people who can relate. I'm thankful that I have an audience that I've grown to, I'll say grown to love, that are full of rebels. Full of people who are there to, like, dream. She's one of them. You know, and I'm someone that is pushing boundaries. You know, I look at what I've been able to build. I mean, dang, I think one day I'm gonna look back and really cry, like, because hey, you feel me? Because all of this is from no, I'm not going to stop. And not only that, but the ideas that are in my mind and whatever I see in my head, like, it's not a mistake. My style isn't a mistake. If she likes simplicity, the girl I was comparing,
Glory to Jesus.
That's fine. If I like vibrant colors, bold and bubble letters, cool.
Keep being bold. You know the crazy thing though?
Yeah.
She might be comparing herself to someone else too.
Yeah. I didn't even think of that at the time.
Because I figured out something, that there are certain people that I like to look up to.
Yeah.
And when I listen to their stories, I'm like, you seem perfect. Why are you having doubts?
Yeah.
Queen, you were stunning. You've got the brains, you were talented, you have everything, but you just feel like there is something.
It's hard though.
I'm going through it.
Yeah. There's this weird thought.
I'm definitely going through comparison, but one thing I always try to do is, instead of me trying to just compare, I just don't start.
Yeah.
But again, you're supposed to start. Don't be like me.
I know.
If God has laid something in your mind.
Yeah. And to even, like, go back to what you're saying, I feel like another a very big category, like, where we deal with comparison is beauty. Beauty. I remember growing up in middle school, high school, and this is a random thought, but I was afraid of pretty people.
Girl, you're pretty.
I know. You'd be surprised.
If pretty was a person.
Oh God. No, I was afraid. Like, I was afraid of, like, beautiful, like, people.
You know, I met someone recently, and this person told me, you probably don't know how beautiful you are. You can't fathom how beautiful you are.
Yeah.
That's why there are certain things that you were keeping to yourself. And that just stuck to me, like, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how pretty I am. I know.
I think both of y'all are gorgeous.
Gorgeous queen.
Like, y'all are, I'm sorry, but being melanin is beautiful. Like, having brown skin. Like, we are like, mind you, like, I can see why they were always trying to bring us down, because our skin color, we have variety. There's either a light brown or you're a dark brown. Whoa, don't forget to subscribe. All right, back to the episode. So, Modupe, what is your experience with comparison?
Good question. The most recent experience I've had was when I worked in corporate America, and I've shared this with you before. I was in a competitive rotational program that was designed for recent college grads. And the way the program was designed is that it was a rotational program, so every 3 months I would rotate among different teams. Every 3 months I'll leave the 2 or 3 teams that I was assigned to
Yeah.
and jump to another 2 or 3 teams.
Mm-hmm.
So the program, the way they design it is that after 6 months, you are eligible to, as long as you are meeting the standard, you are meeting the requirements.
Yeah.
After 6 months, you are eligible to graduate from the program and then find a permanent role within the firm. So what happened in my case is that after my first rotation, as soon as I got to my second rotation, I started having issues.
What kind of issues?
I wasn't meeting their expectation in terms of just my learning style.
Yeah.
My learning style and my level of experience in the way I learned, because the whole thing was new to me, and also because the way I learned, like, for me, it's just hard. Every time I got into a new team, it was always one problem or another. So I'm the type of person that it takes me a while to get used.
As you're getting used to
yeah, as I'm getting used to one team, they switch me up again. And these people that they are switching me up to or whatever, they have they are completely different personality, different expectation. So I was no matter what I did, it was not enough. As soon as I got to one team and as soon as I started getting better, then they will push me to another team. And
I have a question. When you say it's not enough, for who? Who
for
told
them.
you? So they told you it wasn't enough. Interesting.
But I think I tried. There are people there that can witness, that can even testify that this girl, okay, she may not be the best, but this girl puts in the effort.
Oh, wow.
I tried. So where the comparison comes into place is that, so they would compare. So remember I told you that they give them this sheet of paper where they have to put, is she meeting the expectation?
Right.
So they were saying I was below there. I wasn't meeting expectation. I was below there. So they were comparing. It's not that I wasn't doing well, but I think they were judging me based on the other students.
They were comparing you. Going back
that they've worked with. So the other student that they've encountered, maybe the way they perform is is better in their own eyes.
Their own eyes,
is much better than the way. So maybe they're expecting me to perform on the same level, and that was exactly what they put in my feedback report. They said that she's just not on the same. We've had other people students who have worked with us, and we wanted to hire them right away. But Modupe is just not on the same level with them.
And how did that make you feel?
It made me feel bad. It made me feel like there was something wrong with me. You know, there was something wrong with me. Now I feel a lot better.
There's nothing wrong with you.
I know, it made me feel like you said, Nigeria, like parents say, do they have 2 heads? I was asking myself that these people, because I interact with them, like, I don't see anything different about them. You know? So what is wrong? So I doubted myself. I said things about myself. There was one time they met with me when the situation got really bad and I knew that they would let me go. They met with me in the room. I was so vulnerable. And I'm emotional, but like, I don't like showing my vulnerability and emotions in front of especially my project managers. I said something that I regret.
What did you say?
I shouldn't, because the thing really brought me down. I said, maybe I'm just naturally slower than other people. Why would you say that?
I reject that.
I reject it.
You are fast. In Jesus' name. Speed.
No, because it was like I was doing my best and they kept saying that this girl is below expectation. I was like, should I keep myself? You know, I was just so down. I felt like
that's one of
it was like a do or die thing, because I was like, and another reason why I said I put that pressure on myself was because I was like, I am very aware. I know I am black. I'm an immigrant. I'm a female. I know I'm a minority.
Against you.
I want to prove to these people that, because I was thinking these people are probably thinking they hired me because of affirmative action. And I was I wanted to prove that no, I deserve to be here.
So you were in your own head though.
Yeah, I put a lot of pressure. I felt so bad. I put a lot of pressure. Sometimes, you know, when the pressure is too much, it can mess up.
It can.
You know, so
mess up
it
your
was
flow,
just
mess up your routine, mess up your mindset. And the thing is, I want to speak to those who are watching, like, you are not slow.
You are not.
You are not a mistake. You are not the mistake you may see in your family. You're not the mistake that you might see in the routine or even the generational things you be seeing. Like, that's another thing. Like, even in family, comparison in family. Like, I know you don't have a sibling, but maybe you have like a cousin or someone. Yeah. And like, I have an older brother, and we can go on and on about that. We'll have to do a part 2 because this is a really big topic.
It is big.
But as you're getting close to the end, like, I would just say that comparison can be good and bad because when you see, okay, like, let's say when you look up to Michael Jordan, if you like basketball, like, just you like what he has done for the athletic world, like, you want to do that same thing.
You see him as a mentor.
You see, but mind you, you're comparing him to, you're like, oh, to yourself, you're like, oh, I didn't do well in the first game of the season. I'm gonna improve like how he improved. That's fine. You compare yourself to him, and you made an effort. Even if you're gonna compare yourself to someone, in terms of what you can learn, not about what you don't have. When you compare yourself to anyone, always think of what can I do better. Not better against that person. Yourself.
For yourself.
Because that person does not know you. There's some people, there's some people that are comparing themselves to me. I don't know who they are. And it's not because I'm making content. No, because maybe I'm doing something they like, and they're learning from it.
You can't see it because
exactly.
You were looking at that girl that
this
girl is doing great things, but there are people, and so this is one thing I always ask people to, like, don't wait till the person is in their vulnerable moments before you praise them for what they do. If you enjoy what this person does, thank them for it, praise them for it. Just that word of encouragement can do something. It could be that the person might be at their lowest at that time, but they're out there coming like, but
they have it all together.
Exactly.
They don't. Girl, some of them come home crying, weeping. Some of them are abused by their boyfriends that they live with, or by their husbands. Some of the husbands are being abused by their wives. Everybody is hiding something. I didn't hide none. I mean, I'm fine, but like, I'm not saying I'm better. I'm just saying, like, I'm not. I try to be, like, God knows, I try to be as vulnerable as I can with my friends, my family, even on social media. I try to be like, yo, I'm going through it today, like, and that's just me. I'm vocal about it. Some people aren't ready for that, and that's okay. That's how make you a better person.
Fame does something to you too, like with comparison.
Right.
When you get to a level of being famous, you feel like if you're being vulnerable with your community, they would see you as being weak.
Oh.
I mean, like, if you have power.
And you know what? We're going to continue with that topic on part 2. Alright, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Let's Be Honest here on the WINZ TV. I'm your girl, IfeWinz, and please follow our lovely ladies. Y'all see their Instagrams here, and here. And if you want to be on WINZ TV, DM us on Instagram at WINZ Television. And please subscribe. Please follow. Like this video. Share it with your friends. Alright, y'all. You're born in the will of Jesus Christ. Love y'all. Toodles!